The morning sun cast long shadows across the dusty street as Zara clutched her worn datapad closer to her chest. The Valerian refugee had been standing beneath the flickering help-wanted hologram outside Murphy's diner for nearly 8 hours, watching potential employers take one look at her blue-tinted skin and four-fingered hands before quickly averting their gazes. Her stomach growled, a sound that transcended species barriers. The last of her emergency rations had run out 2 days ago, and the shelter's meal program had been cut due to funding issues. Earth wasn't supposed to be like this. The propaganda broadcasts back on Valeria Prime had painted humanity as welcoming, progressive, ready to embrace the galaxy's diversity. Reality, as usual, proved more complicated. Jack Morrison pulled his hover truck up to the diner's loading dock and immediately noticed the figure huddled near the entrance. Even from a distance, he could tell she wasn't human. The slightly elongated limbs and the way she held herself gave it away. As the owner of Morrison's moving company, he'd worked with plenty of off-worlders. Good people, most of them, just trying to make an honest living like everyone else. He grabbed his coffee mug and approached the diner's entrance, noting how the alien woman's large amber eyes tracked his movement with a mixture of hope and wariness. "You looking for work?" Jack asked, stopping a respectful distance away. Zara's universal translator kicked in, converting his words into familiar Valerian syllables. "Yes, sir. I have experience in logistics, inventory management, and heavy lifting. My people are naturally strong, twice human baseline capacity." Jack raised an eyebrow. Most humans would have been intimidated by that admission, but he'd learned long ago that physical strength meant little without character to guide it. "What's your name?" "Zara Kethvel, formerly of the Valerian commercial fleet." She straightened her shoulders with military precision. "Jack Morrison. I run a moving company." He studied her for a moment. "You eat yet today?" The question caught her off guard. In Valerian culture, admitting weakness was shameful, but hunger had a way of eroding pride. "No, sir." "Come on, then. Let's get some food in you and talk business." Inside Murphy's diner, conversations died as Jack guided Zara to a corner booth. The other patrons, mostly dock workers and truckers, stared openly. Jack ignored them, focusing instead on the menu. "Order whatever you want," he told Zara. "Company's buying." Daisy Chen, the diner's head waitress and Jack's longtime friend, approached their table with practiced professionalism, despite the obvious tension in the room. She'd seen Jack's type of kindness before, quiet, persistent, and utterly genuine. "Hey Jack, what can I get you folks?" "2 of Murphy's specials, extra toast, and whatever passes for coffee around here," Jack said. Then to Zara, "You have any dietary restrictions I should know about?" Zara shook her head, still processing this human's casual generosity. On Valeria, such kindness would come with strings attached, obligations, debts, social contracts. But Jack's demeanor suggested nothing beyond simple decency. As Daisy walked away, Jack leaned forward. "So, logistics experience. That's exactly what I need. My business partner retired last month and I've got more contracts than I can handle alone. Pays fair, benefits included, and I don't care what planet you're from as long as you show up on time and work hard." "Sir, Zara began, but Jack held up a hand. "Name's Jack, not sir. And before you say anything, this isn't charity. I need help, you need work. Simple transaction." Over the course of their meal, Zara found herself relaxing despite every survival instinct screaming caution. Jack asked practical questions about her experience, her availability, her legal work status on Earth. He didn't probe into her past or make uncomfortable jokes about alien customs. He treated her like any other potential employee. "There's one thing," Jack said as they finished eating. "Job comes with housing if you need it. Got a converted apartment above my warehouse. Nothing fancy, but it's clean and safe." Zara nearly choked on her coffee. "Sir Jack, I couldn't possibly. Previous tenant just moved out. Place is sitting empty anyway." Jack's tone made it clear this wasn't negotiable. Besides, having someone on site is good for security. Daisy returned with the check, noting the relieved expression on the alien woman's face. She'd watched Jack work his quiet magic on troubled souls before. Homeless veterans, recovering addicts, kids aging out of foster care. He had a talent for making help feel like opportunity rather than charity. As they prepared to leave, one of the dock workers, a grizzled man named Pete, called out from across the diner. "Hey, Morrison! You sure about this? That's a lot of trust to place in some alien. The diner fell silent. Jack turned slowly, his expression calm but his voice carrying the weight of absolute conviction. Pete, I've known you 15 years, and you still owe me money from that poker game in '89. Zara here has been nothing but honest and respectful since the moment I met her. He placed a gentle hand on Zara's shoulder. Character isn't determined by what planet you're born on. Outside, as Jack loaded Zara's meager possessions into his truck, she finally found her voice. Why? She asked simply. Why help someone you don't know? Jack considered the question while securing her belongings. My grandfather came to this country with nothing but the clothes on his back and a willingness to work. Someone gave him a chance when nobody else would. He closed the truck bed and turned to face her. Figure it's time to pass that forward. As they drove toward the warehouse, Zara watched the city lights blur past the window. For the first time since fleeing her homeworld, she allowed herself to hope. Maybe Earth wasn't perfect, and maybe not all humans were saints, but some, like Jack Morrison, understood that decency transcended species boundaries. Behind them, Murphy's diner resumed its normal evening rhythm, but Daisy couldn't help smiling as she cleaned their table. She'd witnessed another small miracle of human kindness, the kind that made the galaxy just a little bit brighter for everyone. Tomorrow, Zara would begin her new life as an Earthling, carrying forward the lesson that home isn't a place. It's found in the compassion of strangers who choose to see potential where others see only difference.